While I'd imagined what that had been, and I'd been quite close to being that person as well after divorce and some situations, but what I read next changed me forever, and that women were having to use socks and newspaper and wadded up toilet paper to deal with their period, and they didn't have access to be able to deal with their period with dignity. And I thought, oh my God, I had never thought that that was a problem for anybody. And when I Google searched, it wasn't the very first article to ever be written about the problem, but no one had done anything about it.
Because I think about this, and because we all know that there's women homeless, but had never occurred to me that this would be a problem. But what is it that was impossible? Why was it impossible for you to ignore this thing?
I think because there's an easy solution. There isn't a person who couldn't just, sorry, I take that back. There are people who can't afford to spare $5, but there are also lots of people that can. And how could I make it easy for you to donate a product for our volunteers? 1 in 4 women in Australia have been through period poverty. That number is extreme. It's just not what we thought. So to have menstrual equity now is, how do we have the provision of period products in workplaces, in sporting organisations, in local councils? How can we play a better role in making sure that periods are not a barrier to sport, work, school, university, any of those sorts of things? That's the goal.